City Council meeting, Wednesday, May 31st, 2017, 6 p.m. Can I have the roll call, please?
Dan Carey.
Present.
Peg Coniff. Here. Salem Derby.
Present.
Jennifer Hayes. J.P. Kwasinski.
Here.
Joseph McCoy. Daniel Rist.
I'm here.
Tamara Smith.
Here.
Joy Winnie.
Here.
Okay, can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, this is the time that we would normally have public speak time. I see that we do not have any public. So
They don't like special meetings.
I think we can move right to Mayor Communications. Do you have anything for us?
No, I don't. I just want to thank the counselors for putting together this meeting, this emergency meeting so fast. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it and the departments, and this is truly exactly what it's all about, working together to get things done. So I really thank you.
No problem. Okay, so we have a couple items on new business. The first one is 2 conservation restrictions, Cook Road Land Acquisition Project, and I believe that's Councilor Krasinski.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. Cook County Road Conservation have been talking about since the mid-'80s, and recently in, I believe it was November, we passed CPA monies to be able to preserve some of that land over our aquifer. Now it's time. The state has issued East Hampton a drinking water supply grant, I believe it's called, in the $300,000 range, so we actually can acquire the land with Southampton, and it's time for the council to put conservation restrictions, that is to decide what restrictions we want on that parcel to be able to protect our water supply in perpetuity. There are multiple pages for you to read through. We have scheduled a meeting for Wednesday at 5:30, this coming Wednesday. The date is
June
June 7th. Thank you.
Okay, do we need to officially move that to committee? So can I have a motion
Yeah, you
to
need a
move that?
motion, JP.
So we'd like to move that to committee so that it can be discussed at the meeting.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion on the table. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, so the next are 2 interdepartmental transfers, so I will hand that over to Councilor Rist.
Yes, these 2 transfers were the primary reason for the meeting, and I wanted to alert the council to the reason for these is at the end of the year, the departments don't have money that they can use and then be reimbursed by a transfer that happens later on in a couple months from there. So these were especially the request from the DPW water issue. The Nonotuck pump station generator failed, and they have to fix that, because if we lose the pump, we lose water. So the reason these are kind of an emergency. Therefore, I will read in a first reading an interdepartmental transfer. Request is hereby made for approval of following appropriation. Amount requested is $35,000 to be transferred from Enterprise Reserve, $30,000. DPW Water Professional Services, $5,000 for a total of $35,000. To be transferred to Nonotuck Pump Station Generator, $35,000. The amounts requested will be used for the following purpose: to provide funds for emergency repairs to the generator at Nonotuck Pump Station.
Second. Are
I
you
didn't
gonna read
move
them
them.
both?
I didn't move them yet.
Okay.
The second is a first reading for the interdepartmental transfer of $8,500 to be transferred from the reserve fund, $8,500. To be transferred to the fire department overtime personal services, $7,500. Ambulance overtime personal services, $1,000, for a total of $8,500. For the following purpose: to provide funds to cover an overtime shortfall. I'm moving that these 2 items be sent to Finance Committee for review.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
I would also like to move that the 2 aforementioned items be set for public hearings in these chambers on June 7th at 6:15.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay.
Finally,
Go
the
ahead.
Finance Committee meeting to discuss these will be 5:30 in this chamber on June 7th.
5:30, June 7th.
Right.
Thank you, Councilor
We'll sit at
Rist.
this side, property will be over there. So.
Great. And now we do have opportunity, if anybody has any subcommittee reports they'd like to share or meeting announcements they'd like to share, we have that opportunity. Seeing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I said 15 minutes, but I was wrong.
We are done.